Welcome back for the third time. We're actually trying this. It's been interesting this day. We finally got back to the podcast. We've had some interruptions. That camera shuts off, but we're here, and today we are going over what?
I said it's great. We're going.
Yeah, we're going. I'm trying to get through this because we have to go eat. We have to go train, and we have a long drive home. PEDs versus HRT. That is a segment that we're getting into today, and we have a lot to cover. I feel like with this section or this segment that we're going to get into, there's a lot of shit out there now. What's TRT plus? What's HRT? What's transitioning? That's a debate in itself.
I'm not talking about that.
But anyways, I'm going to let you go first, and I'm going to ask a question. What would be HRT to you?
Well, HRT is hormone replacement therapy. So it is replacing the hormones that you not lack but don't have enough of with a prescription. So putting that back into your body to create a homeostasis, an optimal environment.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, it's what we preach here.
It's so good.
Preach here, BioXL. Come down to the oasis.
The oasis?
The oasis. Anyways.
So yeah, HRT. A lot of people confuse HRT and TRT. They think it's the same thing. HRT can be more than just testosterone. So that's the difference. TRT is testosterone replacement therapy. HRT is testosterone, progesterone, estradiol, thyroid. Yeah. It's a lot more hormones. So sometimes when one thing is messed up, other things can be messed up and you need more, right?
I feel like the shirt is messed up. I feel like stuck right now for some reason.
It's because you're so big.
Anyways.
You're actually smaller than normal. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 20 pounds less.
Stop moving the mic, bro.
Dude, it's this fucking table. Look at this shit. It's like seesaw.
All right, so what else? So that was the question? What else do you want to know about HRT? I'm not the expert.
You're what? You're the expert?
I said I'm not the expert.
Right, but, you know.
Ooh, this tastes good. I haven't had this in a long time. This is my second energy drink of the day, by the way. I'm killing the game, bro.
You're going to be killing yourself soon.
Okay, so TRT versus HRT. Is there a certain dose that you should have?
Well.
Like, is there a standard dose for everyone?
I think that, no. Number one, no.
No. Okay, I didn't think so.
I think the TRT community and what you see online. What? What is so funny?
The way you said community. I feel like you were like, you're the community. Maybe it was just me. Did he sound like that? He sounded like that. Okay, continue.
The TRT community, the standard dose would just be 200 milligrams of testosterone a week.
Okay.
I mean, that's what the, I guess, literature is going to base off of. That's what everyone kind of throws their hat on is if you're not taking 200 a week, you're not on TRT. Anything above that is, I guess, a cycle.
Is that what you take, 200?
Fuck no. That's for pussies, gays.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't help myself today.
Oh,
it's
fine. Okay, so it's not a one size fits all, like a lot of people may think. So a lot of people start taking TRT probably without getting their labs checked first, and they just are 21. They're like, yeah, I want to get big, bro.
Yes,
and they just start on testosterone when they either don't need it, and they also don't know where their values stand. So they're really putting themselves at a disadvantage for starting that way, right?
Okay, so let's really break it down. When most people, when they start TRT, what the fuck is so funny today? Are you fucking high?
I'm sorry.
My face?
Yes.
You see the face when it's on top of you when I'm thrusting down on you too, and you're not laughing.
Sometimes I do.
Your eyes are rolling in the back of your head.
Oh my God.
Anyways, when people come to HRT or TRT, they're usually 30 and over, right?
Right.
They're usually having symptoms. They're usually something's going on without them even getting blood work done. They feel a certain way. A lot of the times the kid... Are you fucking crazy today? Why are you laughing?
I'm sorry.
What is so funny? Are you serious?
I don't know what it was.
Look at the veins in your fucking forehead. Look at my nuts. Oh my God. This is all right. I'm glad you can make a clip out of this. Watch this, dumb fuck.
Sorry.
You're crying.
I know. I'll get it together. Just give me a sec. Okay, so continue. So let's.
I don't even
go
know
back
where I
on,
was at.
You were talking about at BioXL.
So a lot of kids in the gym nowadays are, oh, I'm taking TRT. Well, you're 21. You're 22. You're low. Like, dude, you don't need TRT. Yeah. You should just say, hey, I want to take steroids. I'd respect you more and say, yeah, I'm going to take steroids.
Right.
Instead of taking TRT. Anyways, long story short, when you get your blood work done, you try to figure out what's going on, and that's when you kind of get prescribed, diagnosed what's the proper dose. I don't think 200 is the proper dose. Depending on the individual, you might need less, you might need more.
Right.
That's still TRT to me.
I think so too. I wouldn't classify that as taking PEDs or taking more. You know what I mean? Like if you're taking something, I think if you're taking something that you need.
Yeah.
If you're replacing something that you don't have or that you're not producing enough of, I think that that's just HRT. I wouldn't classify that at like,
right.
I think you're still natty. That's me.
Yeah, I know.
But.
Now, let me ask you this. Because here at the clinic, BioXL, we do oxandrolone. Mm-hmm. We actually do Winstrol. We do DECA. So now you're dealing with anabolics. Do you feel like that's HRT? Or
no.
That's
I don't think so. Because the people who are taking, well, most people I would say that are taking that, they're taking it to enhance themselves. They're not taking
Correct.
it to, because you're not just going to start, let's say you're not taking TRT. Your clinic is probably not going to prescribe somebody Anavar, right?
No.
So, or sorry, oxandrolone. They're not just going to prescribe that. So therefore, you have to be on TRT first.
Yeah, I mean, that's the basis.
That's your HRT. So then if you're adding something in, that's adding in anabolics.
Would it be TRT plus?
I don't know what that means. I've never heard that.
TRT plus is kind of like...
That's a thing?
Yeah. I mean,
heard of it.
It's kind of a way to be like, yeah, I'm on HRT dose, but I'm taking a little Mastron or Primo. I wouldn't consider that
not natural then.
You're not natural,
right?
Anyways.
I don't know. I've just never heard that.
No,
is that like a new term?
No, it's been out for a bit. TRT plus, HRT plus.
You talk to clients about that?
Fuck no, I don't talk to clients about that.
Oh, I don't know.
Are you crazy? Trying to throw me in prison? Okay, no, but technically, that's what they would be doing. If one of my clients came to me, they've been on testosterone, they're like, hey, I'm looking to put a little size on. Summer's coming around. Like I've heard about oxandrolone or whatnot. Yeah. Like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think ultimately what people need to understand is that, like you said, not everybody is going to get the same dose. It's just like cardio. When you're trying to lose fat, is everyone going to be on 60 minutes of cardio? No. Is everyone going to diet on 0 carbs in order to lose fat? No. Right. Everyone's going to need something different. And even the same person's going to need something different at a different time in their life. Right? So, but I think the importance that we always talk about is getting your labs checked and seeing where you are, so that way you can optimize yourself at a natural, whatever you want to call a natural state, or just optimize your body. Yeah. And that's going to progress you so far in your physical state, in your healthy mental state. And then if you wanted to add in anabolics, obviously that's something farther than that. But I think people just don't understand the importance of that.
Well, I think also this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, I think I messed it up when I was laughing.
Yeah. I think a way to look at this too is a lot of people take HRT and when they start, they say, I don't want to look like a bodybuilder and I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And then later down the road, the question is, well, DT, what else can I take? What else can I do? Mm-hmm. And I think that leads into talking about PEDs, right? Like, I want to say, when's it okay for someone to venture off HRT into if they want to take something? I think number one is health, but number two, are you doing all the things to maximize the diet, the training, the sleep? Are you doing everything possible to take that next step? And the answer usually is no. Mm-hmm. But if the answer is yes, how do you transition out of that HRT realm into the PED realm?
Slow and controlled. At least I speak from a female perspective that, let's say you are training, like you said, you've been training consistently for like 8 years. you got on HRT a couple years ago, you're very consistent with your nutrition, your training, and now you're like, I want to grow a little bit more, and I've been doing everything, and I'm, 29, and I feel like I can't grow anymore.
Right.
You try one thing and one thing only to start. You don't take three things, but you try one thing and you take that cycle, and then you have some time off. And that's how you need to do it for women. I think that's how you should do it for women, especially if you want to minimize your risk for side effects.
One of the
I was just going to say, you can get a lot out of a little.
Well, without talking about how much, I think women nowadays underutilize actual testosterone. Because women will go right to Anavar.
Yeah.
Women will go right to this. Right, and I'm not saying take a massive amount of testosterone, but what we see is when you take Anavar and you come off, guess what happens?
Your androgens drop.
Yeah, but
your levels drop.
Everything goes down.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about the older crowd, women need to look at their testosterone when they're not taking anything, see what it really is.
Yeah.
That's not coming off a cycle or this, but you need to really see.
Yeah. And that's why I say people just don't do it, and I don't understand. And I have all of my clients always get their labs checked, and I don't know, maybe 70% of the people, especially the people in their late 20s, 30s, stuff's messed up. And it's how that's one of the reasons why you're not progressing. So you have to fix that first. And it's the same with males, I'm sure, too. You feel like shit, low sex drive, you're not seeing gains in the gym. And it's get your labs checked.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, I think with men, do you think it's the same thing with men for cycles? Like you talked about transitioning from just HRT to PED. So if you have a beginner, like a client of yours who has been at HRT, maybe they're in their late 20s, they've been at the gym for 10 years, and they're like, I want to add on more size. Would you do the same approach as me as a guy? Because I'm not sure.
Adding something and then coming off?
Yeah. Would you be would you add in two things? Would you add in just one thing? Because I'm very conservative with cycles in women where I'm like, hey, unless a female's trying to get to be a bodybuilder, even if they're trying to get to a bodybuilder women's physique, I'm still not going to put them on 3 different cycles to start. We're still going to start with one cycle and see how that works and then go from there and increase the dose or increase a second anabolic. But for men, do you think it's the same? How would your approach be?
I would take your testosterone
and increase that?
Continuously raise it to a certain point where levels start to be effective or we see what happens.
So just testosterone?
And then we can add an anabolic in.
Okay. Just one?
Yeah, I would do one because if it's a newbie, we would see what the most they can get out of that.
Yeah.
Right? The best thing is to get the most out of the least.
Right, for sure.
I wish I would have done that in my younger years. Yeah. I wish someone could have helped me and mentored me. But the thing is, we didn't have all this technology.
No.
And I say technology is Instagram. We didn't have this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it's not even that. I feel like it's just everyone just wants to see stuff so fast. They want to see the results so fast. And everyone's like, oh, they're doing it. And especially the guys versus the girls, I see so many women that are like, oh, okay, well, my boyfriend told me to take this. This is what he takes, so I'm going to take that. And it's scary. But it's that's not how it needs to be. You're going to have so much less side effects, not even just for women, but health side effects if you're going to do things slow and controlled. Yeah. And you're going to just add in one anabolic for a certain amount of time or increase your testosterone, like you said, and do it that way and then see. But again, the missing piece I think that we always go back to is how consistent are you with your training and your nutrition? Because that's going to be so much more of an effect than the actual PED.
I wish if I would have started all over again, it just would have been testosterone at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then, worked way up. And I would have maybe did 200 milligrams of testosterone and 100 milligrams of mastron. Yeah. See how that went. And then maybe move the test up a little bit and then mastron. Kind of just started to creep up. Because you could do it for a lot longer.
For sure.
And stay healthy. There's just so much. But
well, it's just it's like I always say, it's a drug, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a drug. They're drugs. So you feel better when you're on them, right? You feel you're stronger, you look fuller, you feel great, it's great. Yeah. So like and the sad thing is there's so many kids now that are just like, oh, I'm going to start with Tren. I'm like, what?
Dude.
Like I hear kids at the gym, like guys, and be like, yeah, I'm going to start my first Tren cycle. And I'm like, bro, your balls haven't even dropped yet. What are you doing?
My balls are gone.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
It's just, unfortunately, the education's there, but it's also not. Like, I don't know if people just don't see it, because I feel like nowadays people should know better, and I feel like the kids don't. No. That's because not everyone is watching our podcast.
I think because of all the information that is out there, you have a lot of influencers that preach the right things, but remember, everyone's preaching something that benefits themselves. How to make yourself different. There's some people that I watch, and they're talking about microdosing every fucking thing and why it's good for them and why you should do it. And you're a dumb fuck if you don't.
Right.
Well, why? Well, you do consults too, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So you're doing consults. So everyone is taking their information and they're tailoring it to what benefits them. My information here is straight HRT.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I do consults and I offer consults from, Team Raw and what we do on the side. But my goal is to drive longevity, health, and a performance base of how you look here at BioXL. And that's different because I feel like I'm actually providing a solution, a product to help the person. Not, hey, I'm going to give you a consult and I'm going to tell you how to microdose Tren.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you how to microdose Tren if you come here.
Yeah.
I don't want to. It's not part of the plan.
Yeah.
Can't give it to you. I'm not going to talk about it.
Right.
I don't get on you. But I guess what I'm trying to say is Tren is such a popular product. And people are going to say it's not bad for you at low dosages. Or people are going to say, I took high dosages and didn't. Listen, everyone gets affected differently. That's great. Tren works. I love it. I love it for the 2 hours I'm in the gym. That's what I've recalled in my brain. I love it for 2 hours I'm in the gym.
And that's it.
And that's it. When I drive in, I'm an asshole.
I don't love it for any of the hours for you.
No, but that is the real. That's at higher dosages, like 200 to 300. I don't mind saying that because I don't give a fuck. Like 200 to 300, that's what I go up to.
Yeah.
500, I've never done 500. Can't tell you what that is. I'll probably not blow my head. I'll blow someone else's head off.
That's good. But. I mean, okay, so when you're back to HRT, not Tren, and that.
Tren rules.
So with HRT, because we talk about PEDs all the time, or we're talking about risks and side effects and health risks, are there those at all for just HRT?
Absolutely.
And what are they?
Thyroid, you can have heart palpitations. Blood pressure could go up on testosterone.
And that's even if your levels are low and then you get on levels of testosterone to be normal.
Yeah.
Then you could have high blood pressure, high heart rate.
Yeah. Hair could fall out. Gyno could develop.
Right. So there are risks.
Yeah, I don't believe in any of the literature that I've read that heart disease is actually occurring. Now you could say due to testosterone in some individuals, the decrease of HDL in some cases could lead into heart disease later on from having low HDL.
Okay.
High LDL, that's hereditary. That's diet, but like I couldn't say that that's a definitive thing. I've seen in cases that it actually does help with prostate health, not giving you prostate cancer.
I've seen that too.
DHEA, if we add that in there, that could lead to cystic acne. So that's another side effect. Gonadorelin, really haven't heard anything with gonadorelin negative. I don't feel like it properly brings back testicular atrophy, how HCG does.
Okay.
But with HCG, I've heard it doesn't. I don't feel right on it. It makes me weird.
Well, I mean,
I'm just giving like side effects.
Any medication is going to have a side effect. I think people need to know that in general. From Tylenol to whatever, everything has a long list of side effects. That doesn't mean it's going to happen to you, but it means that the people who took it in the trial, they had to report what they had symptoms of. So if 50 people had a headache, they have to write a headache. Yeah, some things are more common, right?
But those trials.
But I'm just saying that's how the clinical drug trials are. Yeah. But the
clinical drug trials, then this is shit. Here we go. The clinical drug trials are doing shit on sick people as well, and also they don't report a lot of the shit because people drop out.
Correct.
Just because they do.
Right.
So the people that make it all the way through.
Well, then, you're now judging by, like, let's say you had 3,000 people. Right. Now you're down to 1,000 people. Well, what happened with all those 2,000 people? They
don't report those. And then, as we know, Big Pharma gets involved, and we're like, well, so how are we going to talk about this? I'm just talking in general, right? Like, the things that they do with people for Big Pharma, of course it's going to be fine. Yeah, we had some reactions, but you know.
But the reality is, like, everyone knows that there's going to be side effects for everything. But I think my point is, because I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of Big Pharma, because that would take a whole nother podcast. We should do a podcast
on that.
We should, and we will.
Conspiracy theories.
It's not a conspiracy theory. If it's
true.
No,
it's true.
But
like if it's not, it's only gay if you like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know why you're looking at him when you say that.
Well, because I feel like he's like, he's part of. We got to get you a mic.
So basically, now I've lost my train of thought of what I was going to say. But
clinical trials.
But the drugs, like, there's always going to be the side effects, but obviously some are more than others, and it's very, very true that the more you take of a certain drug, the more you're at risk for developing, for the majority of people, more side effects or health risks, right? So yes, you could say microdose, because you're not going to get as much, it's going to have that little benefit. Yes, a little goes a long way, but there's still always a risk. Right. So as I always speak to the females, there's always a risk for your voice to change, for facial structure changes, hair loss, hair growth, all of those side effects, no matter what dose of drug that you take. Just like Anavar is bad for your lipids, right?
Right.
If you already have high cholesterol, like I do, you need to be a little conscious of taking that because that's going to only increase that, right? So you have to look at yourself as a whole and how you are genetically, right?
Yeah.
And how you are functioning, and then HRT on top of that, and then PEDs on top of that, and then what is worth the risk for you that you want to take,
the
right?
risk to reward, yeah.
So that's always the conversation that we have, the risk to reward with, like, bodybuilding, but like that's something that I think every athlete or just anybody who's doing HRT and wants to do PEDs, that's what they really need to look at. You really need to look at your health, look at your blood pressure, look at your genetics, look at your your parents, your everything that's going on, and is it worth it to you to have these types of risks? Because to some people maybe it is, they don't care. Some people it's not, but you need to know the risks before you jump into all of that.
Also, there's a lot of mitigation. Well, also you can mitigate a lot that what goes on too.
Well, yeah, just like
by proper knowledge.
But I say that I think that's kind of like a cancer patient going on chemo. Well, you can mitigate the effects of chemo. Well, you got to take more blood pressure medication because your blood pressure is going to increase. You got to take this for nausea because you're going to throw up all the time.
I know.
So same thing. Like
I guess,
right? If you take PEDs, well, now I'm going to get on blood pressure medication, take, Tudcut, take this for my kidneys, for my liver, right? I'm just playing devil's advocate.
No, for sure. Well, in everything, too, people are not educated.
Right.
People don't do the research. People rather just ask someone or listen to a video, or people don't educate themselves.
Right.
And when I started all this a long time ago, it was hard to find stuff. We used to go on steroid.com.
That was a thing?
Yeah, steroid.com. Huh. Steroid.com.
I just knew of bodybuilding.com.
No, steroid.com was a thing. It had all the profiles of all the gear and give you breakdowns.
They don't have that anymore?
I don't know. I haven't. Oh. You don't even need that any longer. You can go on
ChatGPT.
And so and you can go on Instagram, TikTok. You don't need it.
Find you and like 5 other profiles that look like you.
Yeah, someone's definitely selling someone gear around here.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just think it's super important we can't reiterate it enough. Get your labs checked. Yeah. Look at what's, what you are doing, what your health history is like, and then make educated decisions or educate yourself before you go on stuff. Talk to us if you need help.
Yeah.
Have a coach. Have somebody in your corner that is going to be an advocate for you, not just somebody who wants to produce the best on stage, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of coaches that just want to produce and they don't give a fuck about your health. And that's scary. But probably for another day.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we kind of touched on everything. I mean, it's been, I don't even think we went too deep into it. We just give a kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of an overall
Yeah.
talk about HRT versus PEDs. I mean, we're definitely going to have more podcasts on PEDs. I'll definitely have a nice long podcast on women, side effects, health risks. You could probably have a whole podcast on blood pressure, kidneys, all this stuff, you know. But starting out with this.
Yeah. I mean, there's just so much to talk about. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's why we have to narrow it down to this is what we're going to talk about for this certain podcast, you know, because I feel like we've talked even in our past podcasts, we've talked a lot about PEDs and we've over talked the same things, but we have different audiences and some people don't see that stuff. And I feel like you and I have talked to death about it. And it's like, we've talked so much about it. And then I feel like my followers have increased since then, and so have yours. And even the people who do follow us, maybe they missed a podcast. And I'm like, I feel like I've talked about this all the time. Like when people ask me my height on my questions all the time, I'm like, it's been 5 years. I've been posting my height every time I ask the questions on my Instagram. And people are, how tall are you? Right. So it's like sometimes they don't pay attention. So I think it's good to talk about this stuff again. And, you know, if you guys have questions, please add it in the comments so that way we can discuss more things on our future episodes.
Yeah.
And help you guys out with whatever questions you may have.
I'm excited for next episode.
Yeah, the next episode is going to be a good one.
Yeah,
it's not going to be today because I messed up.
Yeah.
It'll be next week.
Yeah.
But
well, that's all I got for today.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, share,
comment.
Don't wear Crocs.
My feet are ashy.
Ugh. All right. On that note, we'll catch you guys next time.
Lotion on them dogs. Stay classy, San Diego. Sound like a bong hit.